Many have noticed that there is a great divide in FreeCAD. On one side, we have the PartDesign workbench. On the other, we have everything else. The Part workbench works quite well with all of the other workbenches and provides versatility to model nearly anything. I personally enjoy working in the Part workbench, but others are much more comfortable in the PartDesign workbench. The problem is it just doesn't play nice with others. Bodies don't like to be attached to things, and they refuse to work with shapes that are not part of the body. They're a little bit like Landrew that way. The closest you'll get is doing a Boolean operation with another body. You can put something from another workbench into a body. But when you do that, you have to be mindful that the body has its own internal coordinate space, and its idea of that space may not match up with the global coordinates you built your other shape in. But all is not lost. With care, you can actually make these worlds come together. I'll warn you in advance. It may make the history of your model look a little funny, but at least it can be done. I'm going to keep the shape simple in my example for the sake of focusing on the main point. I'm well aware that I could have created these shapes very simply either in just the Part workbench or in the PartDesign workbench. These simple shapes are a stand-in for more complex things. Start in the PartDesign workbench with an additive cube. It could just as easily have been a padded sketch, a revolve, or a loft. But now I want to add a shape to this that I find either easier to do in the Part workbench or actually impossible to accomplish in PartDesign. For the sake of example, I'll represent that shape with an upside-down cone. In order to place it where I want it, I'll attach it to the top of the additive cube. That's the shape I want, but it's not really a shape. It's two shapes. I want to fuse them together. The first thought might be that PartDesign will happily wrap a body around the shape I've designed in Part, and it will be happy to do a Boolean operation on the two bodies to make them one. Select the cone and create a body, and you see the problem of bodies having their own idea of a coordinate system. I can't use an attachment because bodies really don't like being attached to things. That may seem a little bit unintuitive, so I'm going to actually give it a try. Remove the attachment of the cone and put it inside the body once again. I'll need to go into the Part workbench just to be given the option to create an attachment. Select the body for the cone and go to Part Attachment. Attach this body to the original body at the top. Select the appropriate mode and OK. It doesn't look like I've created a problem, but let's see what happens if I try to continue. I'll make the original body active. Select the second body and do a Boolean fuse, and it's already going weird. Somehow, we get two cones. Like I said, bodies don't like being attached to things. So I'll undo a few steps and I'll just manually transform the second body into position. That's not a great solution because I'm breaking the parametric nature of the model. If I change the height of the box later, I'll have to manually move the cone's body to put it in place. Still two cones. Okay, let's attach the cone, create a body around it. Manually move the body into place and fuse the bodies. The whole thing went away. Perhaps if I allow compound. Still nothing. Recompute, ignore the error, and still nothing. I'll try recomputing the Boolean. There it is, but the body is now in error. This will likely be a problem, but let's see. For very good reasons, I want to pocket this body through the cube. So I'll select the face of the cube, Create a new sketch and draw a slot. Close the sketch. Now pocket the sketch through all, and it refuses because there's a cyclic dependency. This is never going to work. A cyclic dependency happens whenever you have two features, A and B, where something about A depends on B, and something about B depends on A. If it tries to do an update, it updates A, which means B needs an update, so it updates B, which means A needs an update, and so on forever. PartDesign is going to need a clear break in the history so that it doesn't get caught in a cyclical update. So undo all of that and get back to the single body with the cone attached. Now select the body and the cone and fuse in the Part workbench. Go to PartDesign, select the fusion, and create body. Now we have a single body with a brand new history, starting with the fusion as a base shape. Select Allow Compound on that body just to prevent any further problems. Now select the face. Create a new sketch. Draw a slot. Close the sketch and pocket through all. Success. Select a few edges on this new shape and do a default chamfer. Also success. The model history may seem a little bit confusing if you're used to working exclusively in PartDesign. All of its early history up to the point of creating the new body is hidden inside the fusion feature. Nothing visually tells you that the base feature of body 001 is actually that fusion. You just have to know that, but at least you've been able to combine the two different worlds into a stable model. As you can see, this preserves the parametric nature of the model. Change the height of the box in the original body to 12 millimeters, and everything follows naturally. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video or found it useful, please like, subscribe, and share. If there's anything you'd like to see covered here, please let me know in the comments below.